as per Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 7, Chapter 5, Text 23 to 24. Shri Prahlada Avacha, Shravanam Kirtanam Vishnu, Smaranam Padasevanam, Archanam Vandanam Dasyam, Sakyam Atam Navedanam. Iti Pumsa Pita Vishnu, Tishen Navalakshana, Kriyatate Bhagavati Atta, Tanmanye Ditam Uttamam. Translation. Prahlada Maharaja said, hearing and chanting about the transcendental holy name, form, qualities, paraphernalia, and pastimes of Lord Vishnu, remembering them, serving the lotus feet of Lord, offering the Lord, respectful worship with 16 types of paraphernalia, offering prayers to the Lord, becoming his servant, considering the Lord's one best friend, and surrendering everything unto him. In other words, serving him with the body, mind, and words. These 9 processes are accepted as pure devotional service. One who has dedicated his life to the service of Krishna through these 9 methods should be understood to be the most learned person, for he has acquired complete knowledge.
Hare Krishna. My name is Siri and I'm 8 years old and I attend Hatfeild Bhakti Vriksha. Our teacher is Ramya Mataji and she's very nice and friendly. She teaches us how to attain the love of Krishna. Today I am going to explain about how we can serve the Lord in different ways. Before we start, I would like to offer my humble obeisances unto Lord Krishna and all the acharyas who gave me this wonderful opportunity. I also offer my obeisances unto His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, for giving us all this knowledge through his books.
9 forms of devotional service. 1. Hearing, Shravanam. 2. Chanting, Kirtanam. 3. Remembering, Vishnu Smaranam. 4. Serving the Lord's lotus feet, Padasevanam. 5. Deity worship, Archanam. 6. Praying, Vandanam. 7. Executing orders, Dasyam. 8. Serving as a friend, Sakyam. 9. Complete surrender, Atmanivedanam. Prahlada Maharaj learnt these 9 different processes from Narada Muni. When a devotee executes any one of the 9 processes, Navalakshana, it is sufficient. The other 8 processes are included and he can attain the mercy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Let us see the 9 forms of devotional service. 1. Hearing, Shravanam. Shravanam means hearing about Sri Vishnu's transcendental name, his form, his characteristics, his possessions, and his pastimes. Maharaja Parikshit is the son of Abhimanyu and the grandson of Arjuna, who is one of the Pandavas and also the best friend of Krishna. Once Maharaj Parikshit went into a forest for hunting. He was very tired and thirsty. He entered the hermitage of sage Shamika Rishi, who was in deep meditation. The king asked for water again and again, but the sage could not hear as he was meditating. The king got angry and picked up a dead snake and placed it on the shoulder of the sage. The sage's son came to know about this. He angrily cursed the king. He cursed that on the 7th day from that day, a snake bird would bite Parikshit Maharaj. Maharaja Parikshit was a great devotee of the Supreme Lord Krishna. He had full faith in the protection of the Lord. He immediately gave up his royal duties and went to the banks of Ganges. He knew that one who engages in hearing the transcendental pastimes of the Supreme Lord gets liberated from the cycle of birth and death. He desired to associate with the great saintly devotees who could speak to him about Krishna. The great sage Sukadev Goswami, the son of Vasudeva, appeared on the scene. Maharaj Parikshit accepted him as his spiritual master and requested him to narrate the transcendental glorious pastimes of the Lord. The last 7 days of his life, he constantly heard Srimad Bhagavatam without sleeping, drinking, or eating. Parikshit Maharaj fixed his mind on the Lord and meditated on him. The snake bird Takshaka bit the king. The king got liberated and went back home, back to Godhead, by hearing the transcendental glories of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Let's move to the second form of devotional service, chanting, kirtanam. Kirtanam means chanting the holy name and the pastimes of the Lord. Simply by chanting the holy name of the Lord, one advances perfectly in the spiritual life. This is the best process for success in life. Narada Muni says that without shame he began traveling all over the world, chanting the holy name of the Lord. Similarly, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says a devotee can be very peaceful, chant the holy name of the Lord by behaving more humbly than the grass, being tolerant like a tree, and offering respects to everyone without expecting honor from anyone else. Such qualifications make it easier to chant the holy name of the Lord. Sukadev Goswami spoke the Bhagavatam to Maharaja Parikshit in 7 days without sleeping, eating, or drinking, explaining the pastimes of the Lord. Many people got liberated by chanting the holy name of the Lord. It is the best process of devotional service. Now it's time for the third type of devotional service, remembering, Krishna Smaranam. After one regularly performs the process of hearing and chanting Smaranam, remembering is recommended. Prahlad Maharaj, a 5-year-old boy, was a great devotee and he was always chanting Hare Krishna. He was put in so many difficulties by his atheist father, Hiranyakashipu. His father was the greatest demon, powerful, and he was against the child. Despite the constant tortures from his father, Hiranyakashipu, Prahlad Maharaj never forgot Krishna. He was simply remembering Narayana Krishna Smaranam. The Lord himself comes as Narasimhadev to save the devotee from the demon. Prahlada Maharaj attained the liberation by always remembering the Lord. The fourth type of devotion, serving the Lord's lotus feet, Padasevanam. One obtains the perfection of remembering when one constantly thinks the lotus feet of the Lord. Being instantly attached to thinking of the Lord's lotus feet is called Padasevanam. Service to the Lord, to Vaishnava, Tulasi, Ganges and Yamuna are included in Padasevanam. Lakshmi, the goddess of fortune, is always engaged in serving the lotus feet of the Lord. The fifth form of devotional service, deity worship, Archanam. The process of Archanam is worship of the deity. If one is interested in the process of Archanam, one must be positively take shelter of a bona fide spiritual master and learn the process from him. The best example is Maharaj Prithu, who used all of his royal possessions in order to offer them in worshipping the Lord. Let's move on to the sixth form of devotional service, praying, Vandanam. Vandanam is offering obeisances with both hands. Akrura is the commander-in-chief of the Vrishi dynasty and a great devotee of Lord Krishna. He attained success in devotional service to a Lord by the one single process of offering prayers. Lord Sri Krishna was very pleased by Akrura's offering of prayers and liberated him. Now it's time for the seventh form of devotional service, executing orders, dasyam. Dasyam is in assisting the Lord as a servant. If one simply continues to think that he is an eternal servant of Krishna, even without performing any other process of devotional service, he can attain full success in devotion. Hanuman is the best example for this. He is the intimate servant of Ramachandra. He executed all the orders of Lord Rama despite all kinds of difficulties. The eighth type of devotional service, serving as a friend, Sakyam. Sakyam means worshipping the Lord as a friend. Arjuna was so close to Krishna that the Lord offered himself to become his chariot driver and serve Arjuna and his brothers in various ways. Arjuna also attained the most confidential knowledge of Bagawad Gita from the Supreme Lord himself. The final form of devotional service, complete surrender, Atma Nivedanam. Atma Nivedanam refers to the stage at which one has no motive other than to serve the Lord, surrenders everything to the Lord, and performs his activities only to please the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Bali Maharaj gave Sri Vamanadev his entire kingdom, his possessions, as well as his own body, and surrendered to the Lord.
Now we have understood all the 9 different forms of devotional service. We can implement some of these in serving Lord Jagannath in the Jagannath Baldev Subhadra Radhayatra.
Shravanam, listening to pastimes of Jagannath. Kirtanam, by singing his glories. Smaranam, meditating on how to serve Jagannath by making his chariot, cooking for him. Archanam, by decorating him with flowers and showing arati.
Thank you. Hare Krishna.